I've been working out for many years, and my training has been specifically around higher volume. That's what I've always been told. The more volume, the more muscle you'll build. I'll be doing multiple exercises for each muscle group. So say three exercises for the chest, and I'd find myself not pushing as hard on the first exercise, so I have enough energy to get the same amount of reps for my later sets and also my other exercises, so I'm not burnt out. Because I had 3 sets, I would kind of take it easy. As I'm doing my first set, I wouldn't go as hard so I can hit the same amount of reps on my next sets. I found like I didn't push as hard on my remaining sets and remaining exercises, which led to worse and less progress over time compared to how I'm training now. At the end of the session, I will be completely shattered. My central nervous system and body would be so tired and just want to basically crawl out of the gym. How I see other people train as well at the gym. I see them push nowhere near failure. They'll get 10 reps and then they'll just stop because it's the end of their rep range, I'm assuming. And that's not a great way to train and not what I would recommend to you. YouTube fitness and the science-based influences, they overcomplicate training massively for the average gym goer. They focus on specific things like RPE or rate of perceived exertion, how hard you're training, and RIR, which is reps in reserve, or how many reps you are shy of failure. Specific exercises, programming types such as periodization. This is really overcomplicating it, and for the average gym goer, they just need a couple exercises that they can progress over time. What you should focus on are exercises that you enjoy, can perform safely with good form, and can progress over time. These are the most important things when it comes to training, because overall consistency will trump the best program any day of the week. I believe there should be a focus on enjoyment, because if you enjoy it, you're more likely to go to the gym, more likely to be consistent, train over time, and make gains. I'd rather it be psychologically more enjoyable than the most optimal program, but you don't enjoy it, and therefore you're not at the gym as much. However, training is not enough. You need to pair a correct diet with that. Otherwise, you will not see vast improvements in your physique and your strength. You need to be eating high protein, 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. This will ensure that you are building as much muscle as you physically can. Also, recovery. Make sure you're sleeping sufficient hours each night. I know this isn't revolutionary. It's not the flashy answers. To be honest, the simple stuff will guarantee you the best gains possible. So, how do I train each week? Well, I do 2 exercises per movement, and I go to failure on every set. This ensures that I'm training hard enough, because I psychologically will go, since I'm only doing 2 sets, I'm going to put my absolute all into every single set that I can. And this ensures that I don't get too much fatigue, because I'm only doing 2 sets and then I just recover a sufficient amount. I don't have a set rest time. I just go, it's generally about 4 minutes, but it just depends whenever I'm recovered for the next set, and depends on what exercise as well. If you're doing a barbell back squat compared to a bicep curl, the rest time's going to be different. With this emphasis on reaching failure and increasing my intensity, my rep range is from 4 to 6 on compound movements and 6 to 8 on accessory movements. And now people usually will say that isolations need more reps, but that isn't even true. For me, I notice if I do 12 rep sets, 15 rep sets, I will check out of those earlier. As in, I will end the set because the pain is too great, but my muscles can keep going. So to counteract that, I will train in the 6 to 8 rep range. So I hit failure earlier, but also my muscles are fatiguing at the same rate. This ensures that my muscle goes to fatigue before my cardiovascular does, before anything else. That's what I focus on in training. This has a number of benefits. This can include shorter sessions. So my training sessions prior to training the way I do would last from an hour to an hour and a half. Now they last from 45 to an hour. Training this way will also reduce chances of junk volume, including extra sets for a muscle group, even though it's sufficiently stimulated. Further stimulus will just turn into fatigue and further muscle damage, which we don't want. Hopefully this was informative and helped you to figure out your training, and maybe you want to implement this higher intensity method of training. And if you need any other help, there's a link in the description that will take you to a sales call with me to do fitness coaching. So that's all, bro, and I'll see you in the next one.